Jada is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 11 episode review video. Before I get to that, though, pretty important, I was able to watch this episode a week early on AMC+, so if you're not caught up to the point where I am and rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, or you're just not that entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further just to avoid any potential spoilers. Real quick before the review, if you're a fan of Walking Dead and you enjoy this early morning content I have for you, please smash that like button. If there's anybody that would be interested in any type of Walking Dead related content, please share the video with them. Sound off in the comment section about your thoughts. What would you score this episode? Who would be your character of the episode? And what was your favorite moment of this episode? And last but not least, I always mention this, if I want to grow this channel, smash that sub button, hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and of course, be a part of something special. So this will be The Walking Dead, Season 11, Episode number 8. Title of this episode is called For Blood. This will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. Early morning review for you guys. So the Horde is approaching Meridian, and Pope sends out Wells to redirect the Horde. And he was actually doing a pretty good job, but then another Horde came from the other angle, and he was stabbing walkers, or as they call them, rotters, left and right, and doing a pretty good job, fighting them off pretty good. He was a pretty good fighter until one of the rotters, as they call them, ducks and stabs him, and then that slows him down to a point where walkers slash rotters get on top of him. And I think it was, of course, Negan disguised as a rotter. Although it could have been Gabriel, I'm not 100% sure. So, also, there's a bad storm at Alexandria. And Aaron, Magna, Connie, and Kelly go off one way. Yes, Connie is back at Alexandria. And then you have Rosita, Gracie, RJ, what the heck is his name? Herschel, and the kids essentially there, along with Virgil, Lydia. We have appearance of Diane, who we haven't seen yet this season, and other characters stay at the house, and they have to protect the house. Now, Pope wonders why he's keeping Daryl around, because Daryl's really not giving him that much information. He's like, well, didn't God send me here or something like that? And then he starts to talk about a dog he had named Tick, and he said that Tick bit him or licked him or something like that, and he wasn't happy about that, so he strangled Tick. And then we find out that Meridian has landmines or booby traps or something like that all over the place, as some of the walkers slash rotters start walking into them left and right. They're like all over Meridian. They have like thousands of them, it seems like, as there's like an explosion, a minor explosion every like 5 seconds, it seems, at Meridian. And then Judith tells Gracie, because she's kind of scared, to use her fear like her mom taught her. There's a lot of references to her mom in this episode. I would be shocked if Michonne doesn't show up at some point during this final season of Walking Dead. I don't know about Rick, I'm hoping, but Michonne has got to come back. She has to. And then Virgil starts to give Judith a speech about how she carries herself like her mom, how she carries or holds her katana like Michonne did. And that's Virgil all of a sudden he's jumped up on my character list, because he was one of the least liked characters, and now he's like in the middle, I would say, at this point. And some of the characters are disappeared. Like, where is Luke right now? Because we haven't seen him all season, if I recall, although I could be wrong. We finally saw Diane, though. Where's Scott at, too? And then Daryl notices a few rotters walking in a different direction. Of course, he knows that it's members of his family, essentially. Not technically family, but his family that he stayed with for a while. So he goes to check the perimeter, and then kills the Reaper. And I don't remember all the Reaper's names that's watching the perimeter. He offers him a smoke, and then he purposely drops the smoke and the matches and the lighter the smoke on the ground. And then when the guy bends down to pick it up, he stabs him right in the neck and kills him, and then throws him over the fence. And Maggie and Gabriel take care of hiding his body, or where, I don't know, they moved it more closer to the wall or something like that. And then Maggie gives Gabriel directions to a certain room in Meridian, and we find out later that I'm guessing it was like a panel that he could take off the wall, and it's like a sniper rifle of sorts, I believe, unless Gabriel had that with him, but I don't think he did. So that is cool. And walkers are starting to get close to the house at Alexandria, so Rosita decides to go outside and fight a bunch of the walkers off there, which Judith and Gracie watch from the window. And it kind of gave me some Rick Grimes vibes from season 6, episode 9, No Way Out, when Rick goes outside and just starts fighting walkers off after Carl gets shot in the eye. And that kind of reminded Rosita had something like a Lucille, something wrapped with something, but she fought them all off. And then she came inside. I think she's okay, but something is fishy about that, I think. Maybe she got bit, something. I don't know, probably not, but I don't know. I always think when you go outside for that long and fight off that many walkers that something might happen. And then Daryl asks Leah some things about Pope. And then Daryl actually confesses to Leah that his people are with the Horde. All they want is food because they're starving. So then all of a sudden Pope reappears as he was in one of the buildings in the Meridian. And Pope wonders what they were talking about because they seem a little sad at this point in time. And then Maggie hotwires a truck that, and she actually drives it. Well, she gets out before it hits the wall, but drives it through one of the walls at Meridian. And then because Pope was going to launch some fireworks at the Horde and some of our members of the main group, Leah actually stabs Pope in the neck and then eventually finishes the job after he's crawling on the ground. So Pope is now dead. And then Leah, out of nowhere, well, not out of nowhere, but we didn't see this coming, I don't think so. She actually radios that Pope is dead and that Dixon, Daryl, is with the enemy. Which Daryl is like, what'd you do that for? And Leah's like, well, Pope lost it. He didn't go for family, but I certainly do. And I'm with this family. Or something like that. I didn't catch what it was she actually said. So she radios to go, have him. I'll go after Daryl or Dixon. And then at Alexandria, the basement is, the house is starting to flood a little bit as Judith goes down there to find Gracie down there. And then Gracie's like, I want a weapon like you and Rosita. So she gets like, I don't know, some kind of, I'm not sure what it was. Something, a pole that she can stab people with. I don't know if Gracie can really handle that. Gracie, I don't know why they're giving her so much focus. Makes me think she's going to die at some point, possibly here. And then when Judith and Gracie go back upstairs, there's walkers in the house. And Lydia was holding the door shut, and Lydia must have gave up and ran back upstairs. We also saw Nabila in this episode, too, which we haven't seen Nabila a lot lately. But I don't think we saw Jerry in this episode. It's weird how characters have, like, disappeared, and they're not in a lot of episodes. But nonetheless, so because the walkers are in the house now, Judith and Gracie just go back downstairs and lock the door and just stand there in the water. It's not high yet, but I mean it is flooding. It's getting up there. It's like a foot long maybe now, maybe a little bit less than a foot. I'm a bad judge of that stuff. I don't know. And then the Reapers start to fall back as they're fighting some of the members of our group, and because of that, Negan says, "You've got to be shitting me. We did all this work and now you're going to run away like a chicken." Well, he doesn't say the run away like a chicken part, but he's like, oh, I wanted to fight. And then Leah Lights, because Daryl had cut the fireworks thing that they had. Pope was going to light it, and it was lit, but at a long, long thing before it went off. So that was cut, but Leah relit it, and fireworks start going off towards members of our group. And then that's the end of the episode. So we have a cliffhanger, which I'm not too thrilled about. I mean, it's fine. It's it's after 8 episodes, we have a cliffhanger. I think we should have got a character death of an important character of our, that we're used to. like an Alden. There was a point in this episode where I thought Gabriel might die. Also, I think in this episode, and I'm not entirely sure, it was either Gabriel or Elijah that got cut by like some of the landmines exploding and like debris coming towards them, but I didn't catch who it was because it was hard to tell. But that was that. But I thought there'd be a big character. I mean, you had Pope die and random Reaper people that I don't even know the name to. I should probably know some of their names. I know Leah and Pope. That's it. But we didn't have... I thought Diane was going to die, actually. And she might die in the next episode. I don't know, but I thought there was going to be a pretty big character death in this episode. But it is what it is. It was a still intense episode. I thought it would have moved the story on a little bit more. So we are left with the issues at Alexandria. We are left with the issues at Meridian. And I have no idea what's going to happen. My guess is that most likely, maybe not, the Commonwealth is going to say, the Commonwealth soldiers, specifically Mercer, are going to save the members at Alexandria with Eugene, Himiko, Princess, and Ezekiel with them. But maybe that's too early for that now. Maybe it's just Aaron, Magna, Connie, Kelly, and Carol that save our people in the house. Rosita, Lydia, Gracie, Judith, RJ, Herschel, Diane if she makes it. I don't know. So I'm going to give this episode a 9.0 out of 10 because I did like a lot. Of just the cliffhanger kind of annoyed me. I would have wanted to, not necessarily, something concrete and finished, but a better mid-season. Well, it's not really a mid-season, but third way through finale. So 9.0 out of 10. And the character of the episode, it's got to be Daryl because Daryl was pretty awesome. Although Maggie had some good moments, but there weren't a lot of them. And Leah was pretty fucking like, wow, okay, don't fuck with Leah because we don't know what's going to happen with Leah. I predicted her to die this season if she was going to be in this season. I still think that's going to be the case. So you've heard me ramble enough. Now I want to hear from you. So like I'd mentioned before, I hate to repeat myself. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, please make sure you smash that like button. If there's anybody, and I mean anybody that you know that likes hearing Walking Dead content, please share the video with them or to them. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about your thoughts. You can score the episode. You can talk about your favorite moment. And you can tell me your character of the episode as well, if you even do that kind of stuff. Some people don't do character of the episode because it's kind of hard to determine that. And, of course, like I mentioned before, last but certainly not least, I do want to grow this channel. Please help me out. Don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.